In this episode, I get a fantastic ride to Ted Lasso country. The Piccadilly Underpass finally opens, but what's changed? And we play another round of Guess the Fare. Hey there, you crazy cats. First of all, what are you doing in my taxi? It's Sunday, the 27th of July, and we're going to do a Tariff 2 shift. And the winner for last episode's Guess the Fare was at VidMick. You got it spot on, buddy, with £32 exactly. DM me or email me, send your details, and a fine woven key tag will be heading its way to you. And if you haven't figured it out yet and you're new to the channel, my name's Mark. I'm a London cabbie and I like to share my lived experiences out on the streets of London with you, the passengers I meet, the journeys I drive, and, well, the adventures I have. Right, the normal routine for me to get to work is to head down the Uxbridge Road, nice and quiet, Sunday morning, head towards Shepherd's Bush Green, and if you didn't know, I jump in on a hotel rank called the Hilton Kensington. Well, let's see what's happening there this morning. Okay, one cab on the Kensington Hilton. Oh, he's just come on, can you believe that? Can't believe it. Yep, just missed out. That second cab jumped onto the rank and I was knocked off. So I jumped down onto Kensington High Street and it was a good job I did because my first job was waiting for me. Right, Kensington High Street, we have a job. First job of the day. Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Cadogan Square, please.
Right, the first job of the day, Cadogan Square, forward Kensington High Street, right Earls Court Road, head in a southerly direction, as if going to Earls Court, but we're not going to go to Earls Court, we're going to turn left onto the Cromwell Road, and head towards Brompton Road and Knightsbridge in a Harrods direction, past Sainsbury's on the left. Keep heading in a easterly direction, passing some big museums on the left, as we go past the Dead Zoo, the Natural History Museum, the Science Museum, and then the Victoria and Albert Museum. Jump in the right lane, we need a right turn onto Beauchamp Place, slightly French sounding, and then hit the lights at the end. And not great news here because they've dug up Pond Street again. What is this with digging up Pond Street? This upmarket thoroughfare has now been dug up in 3 different sections, right onto Cadogan Square, and we'll sit down on the left. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, job number 1 is completed. That was Kensington High Street to Cadogan Square. Now, I'm not far from Belgrave Square, so I'm thinking I might have a little sniffle around the old Peninsula Hotel, an old favourite of mine. Just a quick jaunt round the corner, Cadogan Place, then through Belgrave Square, and a Yui gets me on the rank with just the one taxi in front of me. It's got some people coming out the hotel here.
Hello.
Hi.
I want Buckingham Palace.
They're changing the guard at Buckingham Palace. U-turn, Hyde Park Corner. Can't go Constitution Hill, so I'm going to drop off at the King's Gallery on Buckingham Palace Road, assuming they haven't closed Buckingham Palace Road for that left turn. This is how you do this job this time of day. Grosvenor Place, Lower Grosvenor Place, left Buckingham Palace Road. Simple job here, set down on left. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Second job, Peninsula Hotel to Buckingham Palace for the changing of the guard. And this time of year, the crowds for changing of the guard are absolutely huge. It's summer holidays and we have a lot of tourists in town. Morning's feeling rather quiet, I must say, so headed down Buckingham Palace Road and then up through Belgravia. Instead of heading back to the Peninsula Hotel, I thought I'd try and get myself onto the Berkeley. Haven't been there for a while. Anyway, there was only one cab in front, so I thought, well, why not? Give it a go. Right, we have been called in. Let's find out where we're going. Hi there. Quick U-turn outside the hotel, forward Wilton Place, right Wilton Crescent. Comply, Belgrave Square, all the way around. Southerly direction, upper Belgrave Street, then left turn onto Hobart Place. Hit a red light here, wait for that to go green, and then transfer over onto lower Belgrave Place. I'm thinking of Palace Street here. If I can get onto Buckingham Palace Road, which I can, left Buckingham Palace Road, right Palace Street, and then, mistake. Wilfrid Street is shut, so there's no through onto Green Park and Petit France. So I'm going to have to stick it out with the traffic trying to get down to Victoria Street. All of these people were hoping to get down Wilford Street, but it didn't happen. Left Victoria Street finally. Things are freeing up. Actually, the traffic's not bad getting around the park at this time of the morning. Past the beautiful Westminster Abbey on the right, and then we will get into Parliament Square. Comply. Hello, Elizabeth Tower, forward Bridge Street. Forward Westminster Bridge. Stay in the right lane here and then jump back in the left lane because of the ice cream van. And then forward and left Addington Street, right under the bridge into Station Approach, all the way around. There's the back of the rank. And I'm going to turn left here, set down on left. Thanks very much. Have a good one. Right. Berkeley Hotel to Waterloo Station. Bread and butter job. That was job number 3. And the good news is, wait for it. The cricket has started. Yep, I would really recommend Test Match Special. Even if you don't follow cricket, it's just great fun listening to these guys and girls banter over the radio. And it's very soothing. Takes away all the stress of the London traffic, which our knee today can't get over Lambeth Bridge. I'm going all the way around Vauxhall Cross, back over the bridge, then up Vauxhall Bridge Road, made my way to Victoria. Did a right turn onto Eccleston Street, where job number 4 was waiting. Oh, hi.
Hi there. Drop us off somewhere in Soho?
Right, let's go to Soho, forward Eccleston Street, forward Chester Square, and then Eaton Square, and then forward Belgrave Place. Back at Belgrave Square, here we are again. Left Grosvenor Crescent, past the Peninsula on the right. Comply Hyde Park Corner, all the way around, and then come out onto Piccadilly, heading easterly, all the way up towards Piccadilly Circus. Traffic still rather light at this time of day, past the Ritz on the right, St James's Street and the Wolsey on the right as well, Fortnum and Mason and the Royal Academy on the left. All the time heading towards Eros, that's Piccadilly Circus. Comply Piccadilly Circus, leave by Shaftesbury Avenue, and I'll set neatly down on the left. Thank you. Cheers. Okie dokie. Job number 4. And that was, Wardour Street shut. Oh, God. Is there any roads that are actually open in this city anymore? Wardour Street blocked off, no left or right turns at the bottom, complete pain. Went forward, did a U-turn, came back in a westerly direction on Shaftesbury Avenue, past these wonderful coach and horses on the right. Yep, you can hire those out for the day. Then right turned Windmill Brewer, left up on Wardour Street, the north side, and crossed over Oxford Street towards Berners Street. And thought, why not check out the Sanderson Hotel? I don't think we've ever picked up a job from there. So I ranked up. And this was where I was going to get job number 5. Okay, just took a break in the Sanderson Hotel on Berners Street. Don't think we've been here before. I'll give it 10 minutes. I don't hold out a lot of hope for this hotel. It hasn't paid dividends in the past, but now I'm here and I've just used the facilities. Let's see what happens. Hi, sir. Hi.
Portland Hospital?
This is what I call a real cabbie run, using all our knowledge. Forward Berners Street, right Mortimer Street, left Cleveland Street. Head up to the junction here, we'll do a left New Cavendish Street. Right turn on to Bolsover Street, all the way up towards Great Portland Street Station. And then we'll do a horseshoe turn onto Great Portland Street and set down on right. Thanks very much. Job number 5. That was the Sanderson Hotel, Berners Street to the Portland Hospital. Not a long job. However, it was a very, what I would say, cabbie route job. One where you actually just use all your knowledge to get you around the one-way streets around this part of Fitzrovia. To be honest, I would have expected a few more jobs by now. It's nearly 1 o'clock, just done 5 jobs, and they weren't that great, to be honest. Only the Waterloo was okay, I suppose. Anyway, headed New Cavendish, left onto Welbeck, then jumped out onto Wigmore Street with a right turn, where job number 6 was waiting for me. And it's an old perennial. Hi there.
Paddington Station?
Sure, yeah, no problem, yeah. Well, an episode wouldn't be an episode without doing a Padders, would it? Okay, lots of different ways to get to Paddington Station from this part of London, but today I've decided to go this way, forward Wigmore Street, forward and right Portman Square, Past the Churchill Hotel on the left, then a left onto George Street. Could have carried on there, but the traffic on Seymour Street was just a bit crazy, to be honest. Forward over the Edgware Road onto Kendall Street, once that light turns green, which eventually it does. And then a right Connaught Street, right Hyde Park Street, forward Hyde Park Crescent, forward Southwick Street. Left onto the very familiar Sussex Gardens, right Norfolk Place, get to the end of Norfolk Place. Dropping at the front of the station, left Parade Street, set down on the left. Thank you. Thanks very much. Right. We've done plenty of those jobs before, haven't we? Now, from then on, I headed towards the Metropole Hotel and actually ranked up there, but then gave up after 10 minutes because absolutely nothing was happening. Didn't see anyone come in or out, so jumped back onto the streets of London, Edgware Road, and then in and around North Oxford Street, Seymour Street, all that sort of thing. Then jumped into Mayfair, North Audley Street. Did not get a bite at all. I had to check my light at one point. I thought it had broken. Yep, I was invisible for the next half an hour, 45 minutes, until eventually I jumped on to Piccadilly and thought I'd give this a go. Unfortunately, I did pick a job up, a pretty good job. And little did I know that my luck was about to change. This was going to be a day of two halves.
Hi, sir.
High Street, please.
High Street, Kensington?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Off to Kensington High Street, and this is the job that just changed my day. Totally changed it from famine to feast. U-turn onto Piccadilly, heading in a westerly direction now towards Kensington High Street. And we are doing something we haven't done for a long time together, folks. Do you know what we're going to do? Are you getting excited? I think you are. We are going to go through the Piccadilly Underpass, westbound. Yep, this tunnel was closed later than the eastbound tunnel, and now we can have a good look at what they've been doing for the last 5 months and figure out what's new and what isn't. Immediately I can see that there are some new raised buffer pavements on the left and right. These concrete pavements, I think they're just to keep the traffic in line and to stop speeding motorbikes through the tunnel. But we were initially told that the tunnel was being installed with brand new air conditioning systems. I can see some new frames on the wall, but no air conditioning units themselves. So the only difference I can see is a new concrete pavement with buffer curbs, and that's about it really. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you know something that I don't know. Right, let's get our foot down. Okay, that's better. Forward into Knightsbridge. Go past the Mandarin Hotel on the right and the Tower Hotel on the left, Sloane Street on the left, stay in the right lane, and we'll bear right onto Knightsbridge and head up towards the barracks on the right. All the time heading westerly towards Kensington High Street. This feels like a roader actually. Coming up now towards the Albert Hall on the left and the Albert Memorial on the right. Once we cross over Exhibition Road, which actually we have just done. Wonderful green hut we're passing, Cabby Green Hut on the right there, and then we'll jump on to Kensington High Street. Asked the gentleman where he wanted to be dropped off, and he's quite happy to be dropped off on the left outside Marks and Spencer's. From the High Street, I did a left onto Wright's Lane. I thought I'd check out just around the corner what the Holiday Inn and Copthorne Tara are up to.
Oh look, there's no one here.
Yep, there's no one here at the Copthorne Tara rank and the Holiday Inn rank on Wright's Lane.
It's a double hotel setup here. One rank for two hotels.
And as I was on point straight away, I was off straight away. U-turn onto Keniston Gardens, left onto Marlowe's Road. We're off to the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Right onto Lexham Gardens, left Earls Court Road, hit some traffic. Now, traffic's down to one lane coming up to Earls Court Station. I was having a wonderful conversation with a gentleman from Kansas City in the back of the cab who unfortunately was visiting his wife in hospital. She had had a fall, broken her hip. She was here in the UK. Researching her family history around the Portsmouth area. I hope your wife gets better soon, sir. Wonderful chat we had indeed. Forward Redcliffe Square, forward Redcliffe Gardens, and then all the way down to the Fulham Road. Left turn, set down on the right for the hospital.
Yeah, Paddington Station, yeah. Okay.
And this is where my luck is really changing. One out, one in. For Fulham Road left, Gilston Road forward, the Boltons, past Madonna's house on the left. I think she sold that. Past the Jenny Lynn house on the right, and then cross over the old Brompton Road, forward Collingham Gardens, forward Collingham Road, left onto the Cromwell Road, past the Cromwell Hospital. Stay in the right lane for a right turn on to Marlowe's Road. Retread retracing our steps from the job earlier, aren't we? Forward and right, Cheniston Gardens, left, Wright's Lane. Get a left turn, U-turn onto Kensington High Street. Stay in the left lane for a green light onto Kensington Church Street. Are the roadworks still there? I don't think they are. I think we're going to head up north without any obstructions. And yes, it's a clear route all the way up to Notting Hill Gate. Jump into the right lane here. We need a right turn onto Notting Hill Gate. And from Notting Hill Gate, we will then morph into the Bayswater Road, go past Queensway on the left, and just keep going until we get towards Lancaster Gate on our left, keeping our speed at 20 miles an hour because of that big yellow camera. Left Lancaster Terrace, then left Gloucester Terrace once we get around the corner. Get to the first set of lights and then wait for a right turn onto Craven Road, dropping off at the front of the station here as requested. Wait for the lights, one set of lights, two set of lights, forward and go past the Hilton Paddington, sit down on the left.
Right, jobs 8 and 9 back to back, and good jobs they were too.
I headed up Parade Street towards the Hilton Metropole, and just as I was nearing the Hilton Metropole, a gentleman came running out and said, "Could you take me to Richmond?" And I was thinking, well, I am on a roll.
Do you want me to go around in the hotel, in front of the hotel?
No, she's going to come out.
Okay, no problem.
Just had to wait another couple of minutes for the other passenger to jump in. Forward Parade Street, left Edgware Road, left Harrow Road, comply Harrow Road, roundabout, leave by Bishop's Bridge, forward Bishop's Bridge Road, and then I'll need a right turn onto Gloucester Terrace up onto the Westway. Could have gone a different way to start this route actually, and I think I should have done forward and right Gloucester Terrace, then left onto the Westway slip and onto the Westway at 30 miles an hour. And this run, of course, is going to be Guess the Fare. What do you think Parade Street to Cambridge Park in Richmond will come to? Right, let's get on to this. Forward up to the northern roundabout, leave by the West Cross route, down towards Holland Park roundabout, we'll comply with that, and leave by Shepherd's Bush Green. Plenty of traffic around this part of London today on a Sunday, as we have a huge shopping mall on the right called Westfield, so navigating my way through these lanes until I finally get to the lights at the end of Shepherd's Bush Green and jump over onto the Goldhawk Road. Heading towards the leafy suburbs of Chiswick now on the Goldhawk Road. Going to get to the Seven Stars, go past them, stay on the Goldhawk Road, and then a left turn at the roundabout. No getting on the Bath Road here. We're going to head down towards the Chiswick High Road. Hit the lights at the Chiswick High Road, then it's a right turn on to the Chiswick High Road. And before we get onto the main thoroughfare of the Chiswick High Road, it's Chiswick Lane for us because we need to get round to the Hogarth roundabout, right Dorchester Grove. A little bit of traffic here. Always takes a couple of minutes to get up onto the Hogarth roundabout. We're going to go under the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge above us. We'll comply with the Hogarth roundabout, not heading to Heathrow this time. We're going to Richmond. Leave by Burlington Lane. Burlington Lane then morphs into the Great Chertsey Road, and then the Great Chertsey Road then morphs into Clifford Avenue. Over Chiswick Bridge we'll be going, heading all the time towards Richmond. Now transitioning on to the lower Richmond Road, heading up to the Sainsbury's roundabout, we'll comply with that. Then it's lower Mortlake Road and carry on heading to the Richmond Triangle. We'll comply with that. Not leave by Richmond High Street, but we'll leave by the Twickenham Road. It's called the Twickenham Road because it takes us to Twickenham. Over the Twickenham Bridge here, out the other side, and we'll get down to St Margaret's Roundabout. Comply St Margaret's Roundabout, leave by St Margaret's Road all the way round to the left. Once we get to the end of St Margaret's Road, then it's a brief right onto Richmond Road, then left into Cambridge Park, and we have arrived in Richmond, Ted Lasso country. I'm under direction now, and I set down on the left.
And that was Guess the Fare. So Parade Street, just outside the Metropole Hotel, to Richmond, Cambridge Park. How much do you think that came to? The flagfall starts at £4.20, and then the fare increases in 20 pence pieces, £4.40, £4.60, £4.80. So Guess the Fare this week is from Parade Street, Metropole Hotel to Cambridge Park, Richmond. I'll let you know the answer in the next episode, and the winner gets a fine woven key tag. Now today has been a day of two halves. I've earned more in the last hour and 3/4 than I did do in the first 4 hours of the day.
Right, time to get myself over Richmond Bridge and back towards Hammersmith. But before I do, Richmond's a lovely part of London. And recently there's been lots of walking tours around here because of the most famous Ted Lasso series that was filmed here.
Just over there, Richmond Green is where they shot a lot of his footage outside of his apartment.
And seeing as I'm here, why don't I drive around the green and show you? So here you go, all the pubs that they used in the filming of Ted Lasso, the park benches, the famous pavement, and the telephone box in the background that you just saw earlier. So yep, you're right in the heart of Ted Lasso country here, and I'd recommend coming down here and exploring for sure.
There you go, little trip round Richmond Green.
Right, let's head back towards Hammersmith, out of Richmond Central itself, then the Great Chertsey Road, and then up and onwards towards the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge, the temporary bridge that should have come down decades ago, but it's still here. And then, interestingly, I'm going up the Great West Road, and I noticed this gentleman holding up a sign warning drivers not to turn left into River Court Road, or they will incur a £180 fine. Interesting bloke. And if you want to know more about him and his crusade to save you drivers lots of money, be sure to tune in to the next episode. Okay, Hammersmith, here we are.
Okay, yeah, we go to Westfield, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Little one to finish with, forward Hammersmith Gyratory, forward on to the Hammersmith Road, left Bute Gardens, right at Bute Gardens, and then left Rowan Road, left on to Brook Green. Head all the way towards Shepherd's Bush Road. Can't do a left turn from the rank there onto Shepherd's Bush Road. Totally illegal and totally dangerous. So I have to do this little shimmy through to Brook Green. Plenty of traffic heading up towards Westfield and Shepherd's Bush Green at the moment, getting blocked out of the bus lane because it's a Sunday and everyone parks in it. So I can't use that on a Sunday, which is a little disappointing. Get to the lights at Shepherd's Bush Green. We are nearly there. The shift is nearly done. This was a day of two halves. Wood Lane. Here we are. Set down on left for Westfield.
Right, thanks for watching today's episode 11 Jobs. Like I said today, leave any comments down below. Don't forget your Guess the Fare answers. Leave that in the comments section. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, see you back here.